Hello Lovebugs, it's me Loverrlee. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the Solid Color Challenge by Golden Simmer. If you guys don't know what the Solid Color Challenge is, it's something that people have been doing. It's like really popular. It's where you have to build a residential building, but you have to make everything, like literally everything, the same color. So you have to choose a color. I decided to go ahead with green. However, here I'm just like trying to figure out, a basic shape of like what do I even want to make as far as what kind of residential home. Do I want to go modern? Do I want to go classical? Like whatever kind of styles, because you can pretty much do any kind of style home you want to do. But I'm trying to figure that out, and I'm actually trying to talk while I do it. So I apologize if this is like a little slower of a speed build than usual, but it's because I actually was trying to record my voice real time doing this as well, because that is what James Turner did when he did his Solid Color Challenge. However, I realized that was very, I quickly realized I can't do that because you guys know me, right? I don't know, maybe this is the first thing you've ever seen of mine, but I talk. And so it was I don't know, it was really hard to do both at the same time. And I was totally out of my element because usually I just make a speed build out of it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to decide to, even though I wasn't really talking about much either. I was just trying to figure it out. Right. So that's why I ended up cutting that out. I don't know if I'm still deciding if I want to release the long version, if anyone would be even interested in watching that. I don't think anyone would, which is why but I'm keeping it for myself, I think, just because I was but I recorded that whole thing. I don't know. I'm so bad at that. I'm so bad at wanting to just put out whatever I do, no matter how, no matter how bad the work is. I'm just always well, I spent effort on it, so here you guys go. Take it or leave it, But that's just so bad. But anyway, if you guys cannot tell from, the title of this this video or, the thumbnail or whatever, I decided to go with a Victorian home. So here I am trying to figure out the roofs, because I have not, I mentioned this in my long version, but again, like I said, probably no one's going to see that. So let me mention it again, is that I am really bad at residential home building. I've realized it's not my forte. A lot of other simmers out there do some amazing houses, amazing builds. I, on the other hand, like to do more commercial work. So public lots, retail lots and restaurants and things. That's really where I feel I do my better work. And you can even look, if you go back on, I've done at least 20, 21, this is the 21st speed build, I believe. So I've done 20 other builds. The majority of those have been, public lots, so not commercial lots, so not residential lots. So this is really, in a lot of ways out of my comfort zone when it comes to just building a home in general. And then on top of that, we have this additional challenge of trying to make it all one color. So as you can see, I did hear about the rule later on that it's oh, you can't just filter by green. You have to do it it has to be 60% or whatever. It's okay, I'm lying a little bit. I watched James's video. James has said that in his video too, but I think that's such a silly rule. So I honestly discarded that rule. As long as it filtered by green, I'm using it. So, you guys may think that I didn't, do the rule properly. Yeah, sorry. But I feel it made up for a better, a more realistic home, because honestly, I really tried to make it look as good as possible, even though it is such let's be honest, nothing looks good when you make every single thing in a room you know, one color. It's like, that's like sensory deprivation is what somebody said. I totally agree. It's like, that is like, it's crazy. Anyway, I really loved these windows though from Cats and Dogs. So I really wanted to try to use all the different windows and doors from Cats and Dogs in this awesome mint green color. And that's why I ended up even making like this really cool open porch area off to the left of the house. And I was really happy with the way that turned out, because honestly, in real life, I would love to have a house like that where there's like this indoor outdoor space. I love those sort of things. So yeah, was really happy with that. Then I just decided to paint like all the walls the same mint green to match the windowsills, honestly, just for simplicity, because at this point I was already frustrated with the layout, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna try to quickly furnish this, because also, like I said, remember I was trying to record in real time. This is like an hour into it, like for real. Like it took so long to, I don't know, like I couldn't make this video like in real time like James was able to, because he was able to make that house in like 20 minutes or something in real time. This house took at least an hour and a half to build. And then I think I went back and added a few other little details that I didn't quite get on camera, which was actually, I wanted to add in that Victorian dollhouse. So you guys will see it in the screenshots, but I didn't get speed build footage of doing that. But yeah, so I'm at this point pretty happy with the way the layout of the house looks, just because, again, like I said, it's not my strong suit. But of all the houses like I've built that I like, I really loved, like I've built two, like I have this, like pretty much it's like my most popular download on the gallery actually is the twin Victorian duplexes, and I have them furnished and unfurnished. And the unfurnished version was like, it's liked more than, it's like hearted more than it's been downloaded. That's what I think is really interesting. People have like hearted it more than they've downloaded it. I don't know, but I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, finally getting into the actual furnishing. So as you guys can see, this tile also technically is against the rules. I think that is crazy, so no. I'm like, this fits totally with the style I'm trying to go for, that Victorian style. Plus it's like my favorite tile. If you guys know, if you've seen any of my other builds, like I use it like all the time. So I'm like, nope, I'm using it. I don't care if I'm breaking the rules. I don't care. You guys can complain in the comments all you want. It will be good for a laugh, because I think it works so perfectly. Same with this awesome, like, so I don't know. This is totally green in my opinion, but this is a very green kitchen still to me. But that was all the Parenthood stuff, the green counters and fridges and stuff from Parenthood. Yeah, totally green. And then same with these tables. It's like, oh, okay, well, the table, you know, is brown on the top, so you can't use it. It's like, no, it was in the green category. It's green halfway down, you know, the majority. If you look at that table, that brown table, it's only brown on the top. So technically it still does fit in the, like, okay, the desk probably not, but you know, the chair probably not, because it's more gray, whatever. But I still used it because I think it fit. So as long as it was in the green tab category. Now, one thing I will admit that it definitely is a cheat it's gonna be the TV. I actually do put in just like a regular TV, because honestly, the only TV that we have that is actually green is that little penguin TV, and I'm just like, nope, can't do it. So I do end up putting like a real TV in here, but everything else I thought, you know, I'm trying to make it as realistic, like as understandably realistic as possible. Like maybe there is somebody out there who would fully furnish their entire home in green. I don't know. Now that I think about it, I'm like, it still sounds totally insane. It's totally crazy. I don't know who would do that in their right mind. Yeah. But see, even this kid's bed, it's like, oh, well, it's, you know, the bed frame is green, but it has a blue, you know, comforter. So does that count? It's like, I don't know. It's just so silly. So it came up in green. I'm using it. And that way it, like, at least it can all match, you know, like I was trying to go for like matching sets and things like that too in this house. So as you can see, I'm using those chairs, like the chair upstairs is like the same chair as downstairs. And then like I said, there's a lot of things that I'm trying to match, you know, because I just feel like that's also more realistic when you know, like, oh, I also put, I don't get footage of it, but I put like a chair upstairs that matches the downstairs couches. So yeah. And like the wicker outside, all that wicker matches. And I don't know, I just feel like that makes more sense, like realistically, right? Because like you imagine, you know, whatever family is furnishing their home, they had to go out and buy it, right? So they had to buy it in like these furniture sets. So I don't know, it's just like a silly little detail that like I actually care about. So I don't know. Anyway, I had to, last thing, put out those topiaries. But we're getting real close to the screenshots here. So yeah. So this is what I came up with. It's this cute little charming Victorian home. I really like the contrast of like that really dark green roofing and siding with like the really bright mint green. And see, I also put out a little jungle gym out there. For the kitties. Yeah, so really love that open. I think that's my favorite room in the house. But here is that giant TV. See, it is a real TV. I did cheat in that bit. And then the mom's cooking up in the nice kitchen. I mean, as far as all green goes, I think the kitchen looked good. Downstairs bathroom, and then this is like this weird space where it's like their study, but also on the other side is where their laundry machines are. And it's like this transitional room out to this back patio. I'm really happy with the back patio. I think that honestly is my favorite space because I got to use all the new laundry day, you know, wicker stuff. That was upstairs bathroom, and then the parents' bedroom, you know, it's very plain, but you know, and then the kids' room. For what with the space, I felt it was pretty good. And then there's the little Victorian house, so I love it because you can see it from the window. Anyway, this house is available on the gallery under hashtag Loverrlee, or you can use the link in the description below. And until next time, I hope you have a lovely day.